Hi everyone, welcome back to the English Story Lab. Today, we're going to train something very important. Thinking in English. Not translating, not building every sentence word by word, just listening, understanding, and speaking naturally. By the end of this session, speaking English should feel a little more automatic. Here's how it works. Listen carefully, then repeat out loud. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on the rhythm, the flow, the feeling of the language. We'll start with 1 star, and little by little, we'll build up to a real shadowing challenge. Let's see if you can earn all 5 stars today. First, a quick warm-up. I moved to Australia. I moved to Australia. I just moved here. I just moved here. It's my first week here. It's my first week here. Everything feels different. Everything feels different. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. I'm meeting new people. I'm meeting new people. Things are getting easier. Things are getting easier. I think I'm starting to adjust. I think I'm starting to adjust. This place feels exciting. This place feels exciting. I'm glad I came here. I'm glad I came here. Great job. Today's practice is built around a simple theme. Starting over in a new city. Moving to a new city can be exciting, but it can also feel uncomfortable, especially when the language and culture are different. Today, you'll hear expressions people often use when they're adapting to a new place, meeting new people, and building a new life. These are natural expressions that native speakers use in everyday conversations. If you've ever moved somewhere new, or if you'd like to talk about experiences like that in English, this practice will help you express those ideas more naturally. Listen carefully and repeat each sentence. I felt out of place. I felt out of place. She felt out of place at first. She felt out of place at first. He felt out of place because he didn't know anyone. He felt out of place because he didn't know anyone. For the first few weeks, she felt completely out of place in her new neighborhood. For the first few weeks, she felt completely out of place in her new neighborhood. She's learning her way around the city. She's learning her way around the city. After a few weeks, he learned his way around the neighborhood. After a few weeks, he learned his way around the neighborhood. I'm starting to find my way around. I'm starting to find my way around. After a few days, she found her way around and felt more confident. After a few days, she found her way around and felt more confident. She already knows her way around. She already knows her way around. After living there for years, he knew his way around the city. After living there for years, he knew his way around the city. Great job! Moving somewhere new isn't always easy. Let's keep going. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. She's getting the hang of the subway system. She's getting the hang of the subway system. Little by little, he got the hang of his new job. Little by little, he got the hang of his new job. After a few weeks, she got the hang of living on her own. After a few weeks, she got the hang of living on her own. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. She's trying to figure out the subway system. She's trying to figure out the subway system. I couldn't figure out what to do. I couldn't figure out what to do. He finally figured out how the ticket machine worked. He finally figured out how the ticket machine worked. It took her some time to figure things out. It took her some time to figure things out. Although it was challenging, she eventually figured everything out. Although it was challenging, she eventually figured everything out. After a few months, he figured out how to live comfortably in the city. After a few months, he figured out how to live comfortably in the city. Great job! You're building longer and longer sentences now. Let's move to the next stage. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. She's getting used to the weather. She's getting used to the weather. He's getting used to his new routine. He's getting used to his new routine. After a few months, she got used to living far from her family. After a few months, she got used to living far from her family. I'm still settling in. I'm still settling in. It took me a few weeks to settle in. It took me a few weeks to settle in. She slowly started to settle into her new routine. She slowly started to settle into her new routine. After a few months, he finally settled into life in the city. After a few months, he finally settled into life in the city. I want to fit in. I want to fit in. She's starting to fit in. She's starting to fit in. It wasn't easy, but he eventually fit in. It wasn't easy, but he eventually fit in. After meeting new friends, she finally felt like she fit in. After meeting new friends, she finally felt like she fit in. Excellent. You're doing great. One final stage before the challenge. I had to start over. I had to start over. She decided to start over. She decided to start over. Moving gave him a chance to start over. Moving gave him a chance to start over. Although it was difficult, she saw it as an opportunity to start over. Although it was difficult, she saw it as an opportunity to start over. Things worked out. Things worked out. Everything worked out in the end. Everything worked out in the end. I was worried, but things worked out fine. I was worried, but things worked out fine. At first, nothing went as planned, but eventually, everything worked out. At first, nothing went as planned, but eventually, everything worked out. Excellent. Now it's time for the challenge. I'm going to read 2 short paragraphs at a natural speed using many of the expressions we've practiced today. Stay right behind my voice. Don't stop, don't translate, just follow the rhythm. Ready? When Maya first moved to Australia, she felt completely out of place. It was her first week there, and everything felt different. She didn't know anyone, and even simple things felt confusing. At first, she was still learning her way around the city and trying to figure out how everything worked. But little by little, she started to get the hang of things. She met a few friendly people, learned more about the city, and slowly began to settle in. Ready for one more? Let's try the second paragraph. A few months later, things looked very different. Maya had gotten used to her new routine and knew her way around the city. She finally felt like she fit in. She had friends, favorite places, and a life that felt like her own. Moving had given her the chance to start over, and although it wasn't always easy, everything worked out in the end. Looking back, she was glad she had moved there. Amazing! You earned all 5 stars. Let's quickly review what we practiced today. Feel out of place means feeling uncomfortable or like you don't belong somewhere yet. Your way around is about knowing how to navigate a place. You can learn your way around, find your way around, and eventually know your way around. Get the hang of means learning how something works. Figure out means finding an answer or solving a problem. These expressions are similar, but they're not the same. You figure things out first. Then you get the hang of them. Get used to means adapting to something new. Settle in means starting to feel comfortable. And fit in means feeling like you belong. Again, similar ideas, but different stages of the same journey. You get used to something. Then you settle in. Then you fit in. Start over means beginning a new chapter. And when things work out, they end successfully. We also practiced a small grammar pattern. You move to a place, I moved to Australia. But with words like here and there, you don't use to, I moved here. Little details like these can make your English sound much more natural. And if you stayed all the way to the end, here are 5 more stars. Now you have 10. If you're still here, it means you're doing more than just watching. You're practicing. You're taking the time to understand how English is actually used, not just learning words, but understanding the small differences that make English sound natural. And if you enjoyed today's practice, check out the previous shadowing session about recovery and hope. See you in the next shadowing session.